Hope you have a good day at work. Or I guess that's where you're at, I would assume. Um, yeah, today's October 15th. I was looking at some stuff on Facebook this morning. They've got, I don't know what that's doing over there. Looks like that's restarting or something. Okay, there we go. Uh, yeah, I was watching some stuff on Facebook this morning, and they said today is the 50th. Um, they call it the 50th birthday, but I-285, which is the perimeter that goes around Atlanta, opened to the public on this day 50 years ago. And traffic has never been the same. Probably. I don't know who sits around and counts this stuff, but they said that I-285 has a daily volume of 2 million cars. That might be a low estimate. I don't know. And it says that the perimeter is 64 miles around. And the average time, if you got on at one spot and drove all the way around back to that same spot, the average time to get around is like 8 hours and 25 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I made that last part up. But yeah, it's with the traffic in Atlanta, that wouldn't surprise me if I was pretty close on that. So anywho, that's what I got this morning. What's on your mind this morning? Let's see. We got Harry Vaughn Sr. in the house. Good morning, Harry. Ryan Ballard. Good morning, Ryan. Larry says it must be true. It's on Facebook. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. You wouldn't find anything wrong on Facebook. Brian Moomey says, good morning, everyone. Dave Clemens, Big D in the house. Hi, Dave, and all from home, waiting to take the dog to the vet. Yeah, that's the one thing I always dread. I mean, because I have two big dogs, and one of them sitting right back there. You can see him in the Rocky cam here. And they're just too big for me to try to take them both at the same time. So whenever we have vet day, it's like I have to take one, do whatever they're going to do is checkups and stuff, and then bring him home, drop him off, and then take the other one. Because I always, they have like a waiting room and stuff, and it never fails. There's always somebody in there with a cat, and my dog don't like cats, so they're a handful. So there's no way I'd be able to control both of them if I took them at the same time. So every time I have to take mine to the vet, it's an all day thing. But anyhow, I don't get anybody telling me what's on their mind yet. Let's see. Dave says, I have a very active boxer. He loves going bye-bye in the car. Yeah. My two love going for a ride. And I better be careful saying that. But Rocky, bless his heart, he's 13 years old. He's how older dogs, they get the arthritis. I guess they call it the same thing in dogs as they do people. So he's on, what is that called? Glucosamine or something like that. I always sprinkle some of that on his food, or it comes in a capsule thing, but I can't ever get him to take the capsule, so I sprinkle it on his food. But yeah, he's having a hard time because I got that F-250 truck, and he used to jump right up there, but now he has problems getting up there, and so we don't go for many rides anymore. In that, I usually take the Explorer, which is a little lower, and he can still get in there. I need to build some steps, I guess, for him to get in the truck. Jack, on the other hand, is not quite 3 years old, and he can still jump up in there. But another reason why I don't take him for rides in the truck is because Jack has gotten so dang big. It's even with a big bench seat like that, it gets really crowded with Rocky riding shotgun and then Jack in the middle. And yeah, it's a mess. So Skip says he's going fishing. So that sounds like a good plan there. This Skip says, I really like my Gatton guitar I got from Rusty Taylor. Yeah, I think you got one of the kind of like the dreadnought style bodies that I did, Rusty made. Let's see. Ken K says, good morning. This is my first visit to the show. Well, welcome, Ken. I'm glad I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you got some coffee. You got to bring coffee to the coffee sessions. Oh, and it's tasting good today too. He says, yes, sir. Yeah, and I think isn't that the one he put a Marty Tauber Wicked Bucker on it? I think that's what he put on it. I'm trying to remember. I'm not good at going from memory these days because memory's not my strong suit anymore. Isn't it weird though how you can, you can remember certain things. Like I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but I can remember something that happened, 40, 50 years ago and remember it just like it happened yesterday or 10 minutes ago. You remember, where you were, who you were with, what car you were in, where you parked, what song was playing on the radio, all that kind of stuff. And yet I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. But it's the way it is. I guess that's part of getting old. Good morning, Jim Senecola. He says, good morning, Dave. I appreciate it. Troy Pritchard in the house. How you doing, Troy? Good to see you on here. Yeah, let's see what the score looks like here. Looks like we've got 4 folks over there on Facebook and about 20 some on the tubes or something like that. Pretty close. So, yep, slow morning. Not going to be a whole lot going on because of the rain. I've got some more stuff I got to do out there in the shop. So, the rain's not going to really be a factor. I'm so looking forward to some rain there because I've got, as I mentioned all the time, I've got all these wood scraps just everywhere because of the burn ban. We're not allowed to burn, and October 1st the burn ban is lifted, but it's been too dry and all that, so I haven't been able to. So we get a little rain, hopefully maybe in the next day or two I can get out there and do the fire pit thing and get some of my wood scraps burned up. But anybody got nobody's telling me what's on their mind, man. That's why I put this down there. What's on your mind today? And everybody's just kind of laid back today. Good day to clean the shop. Raining. Yeah, that's probably Larry says burn ban here too. Yeah, we have one. Where I am in Henry County, it's considered part of Metro Atlanta, and they do the burn ban from May the 1st to October the 1st. And a lot of people, when you say you're in a burn ban, they think it's because that's too dry and they're worried about fire and stuff. But it's really doesn't have anything to do with that. It's more about the smog. They're worried about the big city smogs. So, but it's lifted. The ban is up October 1st, but now it's too dry and we haven't had any rain to speak of in a long time. So I'm looking forward to getting some today. If we don't get it today, I don't know what. It's because it's really gloomy looking out there. You can feel it in the air. I walked out to the mailbox a while ago, me and the boys, and it feels kind of dampish out there. So sitting in the office watching students weld. Cool. Dave Clemens says he cleaned main garage yesterday after cardiac rehab. Pretty well set for winter months coming. Good, good. Hope you're able to get out there and tinker around in your shop. It says October 15th is the last day to file individual tax return. My best friend is CPA. Historically, we would head out on a sailboat trip. Okay. I was thinking about something today as I sit around and daydream sometimes. And I'll put this question to the folks here watching. If you could take 3 weeks and go anywhere, like we'll call it your dream vacation. And money was no object, like say you want a trip on a game show or something and it's a 3-week vacation and you can pick any spot where you want to go. Where would you go for 3 weeks? What would be your dream vacation? I'd have to really do some thinking about that, but I'd be interested to see what y'all think, where y'all would go. I know some folks like the beach, some folks like the mountains, some folks, want to get on a cruise and go do the snorkeling and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure what I would want to do. I'm not even sure I'd want to be gone 3 weeks, but if you were going overseas somewhere, you probably need at least 2 or 3 weeks to take in the sights and stuff. But yeah, let me know in the comments where you'd like to go. Jeff Robinson says Texas. I think he's a little biased, though. I think he lives in Texas. I'm pretty sure he lives in Texas. Larry Galt says travel all over the USA, but there are places I would skip. Or would you skip, Larry? It says British Virgin Islands on a 50-foot catamaran. Okay. Paul Desmond says 3 weeks, probably Ireland, Scotland, and England. Now that would be cool. That would be cool. I see people post, their vacation pictures in Ireland and Scotland always look like a really cool place to go. Barry says he'd go to Australia's outback. I don't know if I want to go to Australia. They have all kinds of, of course, I see it on Facebook, so it's got to be true. But it seems like they always have all the snakes that end up in the house and crazy poisonous spiders and all, or venomous spiders, I should say, not poisonous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some beautiful countryside in Australia too. So Sweden to see my heritage. That's interesting. Okay. I would go to Alaska in the summer months. Yeah. Those Alaskan cruises always seem like they'd be cool because the commercials, they always show the whales and stuff like that. You get to see those. Ryan said he would go to the Caribbean or the Caribbean, one of those two, depending on how you pronounce it. There you go. New York City, LA, Chicago, to name a few. Well, yeah, that's not even. I'd definitely skip those too. Heck, I'd avoid Atlanta if I could. When I went to the reunion a couple of weekends ago or whenever it was, the absolute worst part of the trip was Atlanta. Getting through. It wasn't too bad going because we got on the road kind of late. It was about 10 a.m. So by the time, and it was on a Friday. So by the time we got going, pretty much everybody was already at work and it was before their lunchtime. So it wasn't too bad, but coming home, we got within 15 minutes of my house, and over there at Hudson Bridge Road, if anybody knows where that is, there was some kind of wreck or something, and dead stop. And we, took us a little over an hour to get from there, which on a normal day or a good day would have been 15 minutes from my house. So Brian Mooney said he would go to Alaska. I see a few votes for Alaska here. George says, I would go on a trip to see where my ancestors came from. I have already gone to see the Mayflower landing site. Next stop, England, then Germany. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Larry said he went on an Alaska cruise last year. I notice I'm not getting any people saying they want to come to Atlanta. Yeah, no surprise there. I guess there's worse places, but yeah. When you live around here and have to put up with the traffic all the time, it's not fun. And I don't even live in Atlanta. I'm southeast of Atlanta. I'm about 30 minutes from the some people call it the Allen Jackson International Airport. It's Hartfield Jackson International Airport. But even down here, the traffic's getting bad. Sometimes I can't even get out of my subdivision. They put a roundabout down there, and so now the cars don't have to stop. They just whiz through that and come. And in certain times of the day, I can't hardly get out and turn out of my street here. It says he loves Blue Ridge. Yeah, that's pretty up in there. And not very far from me, so that's a cool place. I'd have to think about it. I don't really know where I would go because I don't go very many places, and I don't think I'd want to go anywhere overseas, just because there's so many great things right here in the U.S. that I haven't seen. That I could probably, spend a lot of time just traveling in the U.S. seeing stuff. Barry Curtis says he bought a Peach Pass to make life easier to get through there. Yeah. Rob Schuster's on vacation right now in Rhode Island, getting ready to head up to Maine. Yeah, I've been seeing your pictures, Rob. That's another thing that's kind of on my bucket list. Because all the states and stuff I visited, I've never been up to that area, the New England states and stuff like that. So I would like to do that. So keep posting the pictures so I can live vicariously through you doing that thing. So let's see here. I'm going to do something real quick. All righty, Brian Mooney. Oops, let's see. Rob says my wife's bucket list trip. Yep, that's a good one. Brian Mooney says, oh, he's talking to Ken, I guess, whoever Ken Case says, I was in Antarctica in 2005 for work. Got that continent, and on the way home stopped in Australia, which were the last two continents I needed. Okay, so he hit them all, huh? That's pretty cool. Larry Galt says, seen enough of SEA to last a lifetime. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm going to see if I can, I always try to do the send my link out to a guest and see if I can get someone to join me. Right now, the score is 3-0. I've done this 3 times and haven't got anybody to join me. So I decided today, before I say that I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that way people won't jump off. I'm thinking maybe some people go, oh no, I'm not, I'm going to get off and quit watching so they won't send it to me. But anyway, so I've sent one and we'll see if we get a taker on that. George says, in the USA from north to south, east to west, just a treasure trove of sights. Yeah. I have not, I've been out west, around Colorado. I've been all the way up to the state of Washington and, hit all those states going out that way. I've seen Mount Rushmore. That's pretty cool. Colorado, I've seen Pikes Peak. That was pretty cool. But I haven't ever really been down to the Southwest. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon, so I'd like to go see that. I'd like to travel up to the New England states just to see, some of those houses up there are like really, really old. So, go see some of the historic sites and stuff around there. That would be cool. So, let's see. Dave Plum says, I agree with you 100%. So many great places right here in the good old USA. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot to here to see. It says the Indy 500 every Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I have a tradition. Memorial Day weekend, that's usually my favorite weekend of the year, or it used to be. It's kind of fizzled a little bit, but I used to always love it because you could get up early and watch the Formula One race. And then, about 11 or so, the Indy 500 would come on. And, being from Indiana and living, 30 minutes from the track growing up, that was always a tradition. Back then, we used to listen to it on the radio while we were camping somewhere. And then after that, you could watch the Charlotte race, which used to be the Coca-Cola 600. I don't even know what they call it now. But yeah, that used to be one of my favorite weekends because you could sit around and watch racing all day long. Anyhow, it's that's a cool place to go. All right, let's see. Rob Schuster says the Indy 500 is on his bucket list. We went to the F1 race in Austin a few years ago. Didn't know they had one in Austin. Cool. Yeah, racing for me it's kind of lost its luster. NASCAR has used to be a big NASCAR fan, but I don't know. I don't know who's running the show over there, but they don't listen to the fans. And you look at all the anytime it races on TV, you watch as they show the cars go around. The camera people try their best not to show the stands except for the ones that's right on the main straightaway, because that'll be the only one that's full. Even here in Atlanta Motor Speedway, I used to love to go there. Way back several years ago, they'd have a spring race and a fall race, and I used to go to both of them. But they used to have a whole row of stands over what's the back stretch now, because way back in the day that used to be the front stretch when they remodeled it, and then they kind of made it with the little dogleg turns in the front stretch. Like, it's kind of like Charlotte and Texas and several other um, tracks. They're all kind of cookie cutter tracks now. But they took all those stands down, so there's no stands on the back stretch. They still have some, I think, on turn 4. No, yeah, turn 3 and turn 4, and then the main straightaway, and that's pretty much it. So, they always try to act like, yeah, we got a capacity crowd. Well, it's only because you keep removing seats. So, I don't know. I don't know what the future of NASCAR holds, but it's not looking super bright. All right. In case anybody's wondering, I'm 0 for 4 on the mystery guess, but we will try again tomorrow, I guess. So let's see if let's see if I can find somebody. We'll try that. And yeah, even the Indy 500, as I watch that now, it doesn't seem the same. I don't know. It just, I guess I'm just an old fogey and like things the old way. It says Indianapolis Motor Speedway now has events nearly all year, and Christmas lights around the track. You can drive around, airplane and motorcycle races. Yeah. Well, the times are getting hard. They probably had to come up with other events rather than just have that one big race, and then it just sets the rest of the year. So concerts too, probably, yeah. Earl Walker's in the house. How you doing, Earl? Good to see you. Glad to have you on here. We got a quiet crowd tonight. Not a whole lot of comments here, or not tonight. This morning, I should say. I had something else I was going to ask, and I can't remember what it was. When I think of something, I try to write it down. Again, it's that memory thing. I don't. Earl Walker says he's doing good. But anyway, I don't remember what it was. Maybe I'll think of it here in a little bit. But always have these weird things to ponder. All right, I sent another link. Oh, let's see. Here he's trying to come in, I think. Let me get rid of the Rocky Cam. Oh, he's live, mobile.
Yep.
Where are you heading? Are you heading back to that job?
No, I'm heading to another one today. The hooking up a monitoring unit that I've been waiting to show up.
Okay.
Nothing too big.
Yeah, easy money, huh?
Well, it's just finishing up a installation that I did with him, and now he wants more panels. So I gotta throw 8 more of them on there before the end of the year.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So I figured out what happened last time when I couldn't get the microphone to work. For some reason, it doesn't like the mobile version doesn't like Bluetooth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go figure. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
George says Michigan has faster horses country extravaganza draws more fans than auto racing. George says Ryan Ballard, my fave solar guy. Yeah. Now it's kind of odd that I send you a link and you join and you're driving in your truck. Because remember, I was just talking yesterday about all the distractions that are in vehicles now. And here
Oh
you
yeah.
are. Here
Well,
you
I'm
are
not
going.
looking at you.
Yeah.
Really. I
Yeah.
glance at my speedometer once in a while, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't pay attention to me. Just keep your eyes on the road there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
It
this
says,
installation's kind of weird. It's I've called the power company like 3 or 4 times already. The like the inverters are really sensitive. Like if for like the power range that they want to work at and stuff like that, and like if you have a power failure at your house, you the inverters will shut off before any light bulb will even dim. I mean, they're that sensitive. I mean, it's within milliseconds that they'll disconnect themselves from the grid.
mm-hmm.
And but they have a pretty wide range of voltage that they'll work at. But this one in particular is really bizarre because the voltage in the morning at the house is instead of 240 volts, it's like 260, which is really, really not good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to wear out all of your stuff in the house, TVs and all that stuff. So I keep calling the power company going, yeah, you guys have a problem out here with the transformer. And they keep saying, oh, there's no power outage. And they don't do anything. It's like, yeah, I know it's not a power outage. You're putting too many, there's something wrong with the neutral in the transformer, and you guys got to come out here and fix this. But it'll be interesting to see what it is when I get out here.
Yeah. Yeah, Earl Walker says, I like the way Bristol did for the Tennessee Vols. They had a football game at the racetrack.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Bristol's, I can remember, and again, back when I was a really big NASCAR fan, Bristol, if you tried to get tickets for there, you had to wait for somebody to, that had tickets to die or something, because it was a tough place. But now, again, just like all the rest of them, they show the camera and there'll be a lot of empty seats and stuff. So it's a shame what's happened to the NASCAR racing. Hitch Hamilton's looking out for me. He says, "Hey Dave, I hear the trash truck outside. Did you put out your trash?" No, I did not. But today is, unless I'm on the wrong day, today is Tuesday, and my trash day is Wednesday morning. So I'll have to put it out sometime today. And they come pretty early. Well, they'll probably start coming later and later now because it's getting cooler. We'll be changing time before long and all that. But yeah, in the summertime when it's like 95 degrees, they come really early. So if you don't put it out there, you miss out. But I made it last week. I put it out there, and really, it's for me. It's not a big deal. I wish they had a plan where they charged you less and they just came every other week, because I really been here by myself and I don't really need them to come every week. But I make sure I stick it out there since I'm paying for it. If I don't have one little bag in there, but
give them something to do.
Yeah, because they're going to come down here anyway. I live on a cul-de-sac, so they're going to come down here, and turn around anyway. So I try to make sure I set it out there. Earl Walker says that happened at Bristol when they widened the track. They lost people. Yeah. I don't want to get on a NASCAR bashing rant here, but I don't know what's wrong with those people. They because when you watch on Facebook and social media and the fans that are talking about, well, why don't they just do this? And all the fans are in agreement what they need to do, and they always just seem to do everything else the opposite, they're trying to chase the money, but they're going about it the wrong way. If Dave Clemens says, how do you send the link to join you? Through email? No, what I typically do, David, is I send it through Facebook Messenger, and it's super easy. All you have to do, look, Ryan can do it, so it's super easy. You just click on the link. There's no plug-in or software that you have to download and have on your computer. It's super easy. That's all I can say. So if you want a link, I'd be happy to send you one through. And let's see, you're on YouTube right now. Let's see if you're on Facebook over here. I think you are. Yeah, there you are.
I enjoy this.
Well, I'll watch it if there's nothing else to watch. There's just they lost me when I quit watching them for a while, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna try to start getting back into watching them, and I couldn't even figure out what they were talking about because I turned it on and I'm like, how is there only 2 laps left? It just started, and then I realized they do these stages and all that, and I'm like, that's not racing. Come on, 3 or 4 stages, and you get points for this or that. I just don't like anything about the way they do it now. It's stupid to me. But now they did have the Talladega race on. I tried to watch a little of that, and then they had a rain delay or something. I don't know. I guess they finished it yesterday or something. I don't even know. I didn't watch the rest of it. I went on and did something else. But
yeah, they had a delay on Sunday and then finished it up yesterday. I don't know how it turned out though.
We got Jeff Morgan in the house. How you doing, Jeff? From let's see. Let me guess now. Middle Illinois, Central Illinois, I think, or is it Lower Illinois? I can't remember. Okay, he's heading out to the vet now, so he won't. But yeah, I'll. If you want to join sometime, Dave, let me know. I can send you the link in Messenger. All you do is click on it, and boom, you're here. It's really easy. That's why I'm surprised I cannot get anybody to come on here like that. And it's different if people say, well, yeah, send me a link. I want to come on, because that's not part of the fun. The fun is to just send somebody randomly a link that I haven't met, that, a lot of times I may not even know what they look like. And that way you get to meet somebody new. But, yeah, 4 to zip so far. Let's see, Southern Illinois, near St. Louis. Yeah, I was kind of close. Jeff Robinson wants to know if you install solar in Texas and what is a good brand wind generator.
Oh.
You don't do wind stuff, right? You just do the solar.
I have a degree in alternative energy now. So I've studied wind and solar.
Yeah, we're losing your audio there, Ryan. Yep, we've lost Ryan's audio. It looks like his video's frozen up. let's see. Jeff Morgan says, working on a second attachment for some round circles that we cut out on the Gatton. Okay. Nope, you're good. You're good now, I think.
I might lose you for good here in a little bit. Then I'm going through some open fields and trees and stuff. This place I'm at I'm going to is about 10 minutes south of Gettysburg. So the Gettysburg battlefields.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But but anyway, so what I was saying about wind, while I can talk, around me at least, residential wind just doesn't pay for itself. Solar's much more predictable, and there's less maintenance and stuff to do. But there's some neat wind companies that are out there. But the problem is that the turbine, the companies that are making the turbines, a lot of these residential ones, they go out of business pretty quick, and so it hasn't been a really good thing to get into. I know Jesse James, like the guy from West Coast Customs or West Coast Choppers, he has a turbine out there. He was talking about the one day he's had people out there 3 or 4 times to try to fix it, and now the company's defunct that made the turbine, and so now he can't even. He has a dead turbine sitting at his house because there's nothing that can be done about it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I'll fly out to Texas, sure.
Yeah. You go where the money is, huh?
That's right.
All right. Justice will post pictures. We'll post on Facebook later today of the vacuum thing. Looking forward to seeing that, Jeff. Jeff is one of the fellows I've met personally. Him and his wife stopped by here. I can't even remember when it's been. It's been a while now, but I've met him. I always like looking at the folks here in the chat and stuff and saying, yeah, I know. I mean, I know most everybody, but when I say no, it's not like I've met them personally. A lot of folks I've, just know from online, which that brings up another question. This might have been the one I was going to ask folks. And we'll wrap this up here because I know we're on about 45 minutes here. Of all the people that are on your friends list on Facebook, what do you think the percentage is of the people that you only know through online and the ones you know that you've met personally? What do you think the percentage is, the ones that you've met personally? Looking at let's see, I don't even know how many friends I have over there. It says Facebook says I have 1,194 friends.
You're popular, Dave.
Well, yeah, but of that 1,194, when I think about the ones that I actually know and have met, talked to personally, the percentage is really low. I would guess. I'd have to go through and look about it. But I have a lot of old classmates and stuff like that. But I went to a really small school, so that's still not a bunch of people. I didn't know I was up to about 12. A lot of friend requests I get now. I don't even accept them. Not that I don't like that person. It's just I don't know them. So let's see. Hitch says we use wind and solar on the sailboat to charge the batteries. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, it's a
sense.
great use for them.
Jeff Morgan says it was 3 years ago. Man, 3 years ago already. Um, Barry Curtis says probably about 90% of his are online people. So that means the other people he knows 10%. Jeff says about 50%. That's really. I mean, that's great. But mine is not anywhere near that. I'm sure. Um, George has a question. Oh, he's asking Greg a question. Never mind. Hitch. Or I guess he might have been asking you, Ryan. He says, how much wattage can wind generator put out in, say, an average day? Harry said, 5% since I got to meet in person many before Facebook. Yeah. I mean, there are, because I met a lot of the woodworking community and the CNC community. I've met a lot of those people. Oh, we lost Brian. Or Ryan. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Brian. Ryan. I can't get anybody's name right these days. We'll put the Rocky Cam back on there and then watch Jack sleep. Troy says, only a couple of people that I have not met, mostly family. Yeah. See, to me, I wish Facebook would do, and I'm sure they probably won't, but let's see, Jeff Morgan says, a lot of military friends from a 22-year career moved around a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, I wish Facebook would have a thing where you could request a friend, but it would also break it down into other categories, because I mean, let's face it, like this says, I got almost 1,200 friends. I don't have that many friends because not what I call a true friend. So yeah, they need to. They'd be, and I guess you can. I never take the time to do it, but I think you can kind of separate them into little things like family, people, and acquaintances, or stuff like that. I think you can. So I just don't do it. Let's see. It says, don't know that fact. The batteries only get charged when we run the engine, so you can get dead batteries and can't start the engine. Yeah, that would be. Then you'd be just like Gilligan, wouldn't you? And the skipper. Jeff says, say about 70% have been teaching for 40 years, so I have a lot of my ex-students. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, that little magical sound, if you heard it, that's my timer. I finally remembered to hit it. So we've been going at this about 50 minutes. We're going to wrap this coffee sessions up. My coffee's starting to get a wee bit cold anyway because I talk too much and don't drink enough. So I'm going to have to go mic it. But I hope you all have enjoyed the conversation this morning. And if you have, feel free to leave a like if you're watching over there on YouTube, or a thumbs up if you're on the Facebook thing. And I guess let's see, we got a couple more comments there later on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. Have a happy Tuesday. I hope the rest of your week goes well, and I hope I get some darn rain. That's what I'm really hoping. So anyway, until tomorrow, remember to bring your coffee and come join me here on the coffee sessions, and we will see y'all then. Everybody take care. Have a great day.